side.
Alright, so I'm sure you guys have already seen this. Most of you NBA fans, people in general might have been shared on Facebook. Now this is really big to me. A lot of you guys who might watch my videos, you may or may not know, I'm a really big Chris Paul fan. I was like an entirely Clipper fan together, but like honestly, once the Clippers started to degrade really bad, I'd say around 2015 is when I kind of stopped focusing so much on them and more on Chris Paul himself. Chris Paul has a lot of potential. He's getting up there in age, but he's still got a lot left to go. He just got traded, as you can see, to the Rockets for Patrick Beverley, Lou Williams, and Sam Decker, and a first-round pick. Now, with this trade, that leaves Houston's lineup with Chris Paul and James Harden both as starters in the lineup. And this other article that I have open up here, Carmelo Anthony is trying to get a buyout from the Knicks, which looks like it's going to be very, very, very possible. And with this buyout, he wants to go to Houston to play alongside Chris Paul. Now imagine this. Carmelo Anthony hasn't been very productive with the Knicks lately, and could that be because he doesn't have the morale that he needs to have to be productive, or is he declining because of his age and he's losing his experience? Well, I don't think he's declining. Carmelo Anthony's always been a great player. He's really clutch. He's very good at what he does. Chris Paul and Carmelo Anthony also both are pretty good friends, so that would be a lot of chemistry right there together with that. And if you take Chris Paul, James Harden, and Carmelo Anthony, 3 All-Stars, and you put them all together on the same team, that's better than Golden State. Now, you might say that I'm stupid because Chris Paul's never won a ring, Carmelo's never won a ring, and James Harden's never won a ring. What the fuck does that matter? I hate the whole ring talk. Rings do not matter in every situation. Rings are basically pointless, because if you go off of rings, you could say Kevon Looney is a better power forward than Paul Millsap. No, he's not. Not at all. Because Kevon Looney is a ring, Millsap doesn't. That's where that doesn't come into play. But this also has Paul George linked in here. Now imagine that. And look at this tweet right here by Brandon Jennings. If they get Melo, they might score 170 points a night. Melo's got to be Olympic Melo. Now, Melo, I gotta say, yes, he has had his setbacks, but I'm guaranteeing that's because how the Knicks franchise was ran. It could be anything else. You never know. But, like, it's crazy that they got Chris Paul. Think about this, too. Chris Paul got signed there, but Blake Griffin is also still a free agent. If the Clippers don't bring Blake Griffin back, if he doesn't sign back with them, and he signs with Houston, that could have Chris Paul, James Harden, and Blake Griffin in the same starting lineup. A big man to revolve that team is what they need. They need something like that. Dwight Howard was not what they had. They haven't had a strong presence down low since Yao Ming. And, like, different coaching staff and all that, I know, but I think that the Rockets could pull it off. Houston's a big market, and the Rockets are a team that have promise. Although they just got rid of Lou Williams, who was really good, but they have Eric Gordon, who just won 6th Man of the Year, and Eric Gordon is amazing. Like, this dude could come off the bench and drop threes with like, nothing. And it's just crazy. I don't know. I kind of thought I'd like to talk about this a little bit, because I was really angry earlier when I found out about it, because I was like, well, all the Clippers are going to suck. They don't have anybody. But I'm not really, like, a Clipper fan. Like, I've been following Chris Paul since he got drafted, and that's it. I remember back when he played on the Hornets, it was him, David West, Tyson Chandler, Morris Peterson, Peja Stojakovic. Now, that was Chris Paul at his youngest time. I don't remember what year exactly that was that team was with each other, but that was a good team. They knew how to make it work, and Chris Paul The dude graced the cover of a freaking NBA 2K game, guys. Come on. Like, let's be real here. I'm kidding. That doesn't mean anything. But he's good. He's good. Chris Paul's great. Chris Paul is number 10 out of everybody in the NBA entirely in assists. And he's over almost 1,000 total assists over the next active player. And the next active player is LeBron, who was drafted 2 years prior to Chris Paul. So Chris Paul is actually destroying it. Like, the fact that he's active and he's 10th, Andre Miller retired, Gary Payton's gone, he could easily pass up Gary Payton and Andre Miller in this next season, being with James Harden, and if they get Melo, Chris Paul has everything. And the people that are comparing Chris Paul to Stephen Curry, you cannot. Curry has 2 rings. Go throw it away. Throw it away. Means shit. Nothing. Steph Curry's not an actual point guard. He should be a shooting guard. He does not know how to play the game of a point guard. He's not a floor general like Chris Paul is. Chris Paul has that IQ of a basketball player, that's knowledge, and he knows what he's doing. Steph Curry, don't get me wrong, he's a good player. I don't like Steph Curry, but he's a good player. He can shoot the ball, but he's not a point guard. You can't judge them both on a point guard basis because it's not right. It is just not. And look at this even. Steals, you'll see Chris Paul in here as well. 15th. Leader in active players in steals. The next active player is LeBron because Paul Pierce retired. 1,749. Chris Paul's at 1,913. Chris Paul's over 200. Or not over 200, my bad. Chris Paul is... Actually, he is over 200 almost. Just about. And that's insane. Chris Paul is actually... Like, I hate people who say, oh, Chris Paul sucks because he hasn't won a ring. Oh, where's Chris Paul winning MVP? You don't need that. You don't need rings. You don't need MVP awards. Sure, that helps, like, rest people's case that this player is good, but who cares? Like, Chris Paul could easily make the Hall of Fame without winning any rings or being a Hall of Famer. He's broken many records already, and he's breaking, like, he broke a lot of just Los Angeles Clipper records in his time being there. Honestly, I don't know. Chris Paul has really evolved as a player, and he's just going to keep getting better. He did make the All-NBA defensive first team. 15th in steals, active players. He's about to pass up Kobe Bryant, which he will in the next season. And, will he get up to number 1 where Stockton is for steals? No. 3,000 steals, that's insane. He will not get up there. Will he get up to where Stockton is in assists? Absolutely not. Nobody else is ever going to get up there. And if someone else does get up there, good for them. I don't see it happening soon enough. But you go to points too. Where's Stephen Curry? Stephen Curry is the guy that shoots all these 3-pointers. Wouldn't you think he'd be, like, somewhere on points? Like, no. You know, he's not. He's not a points leader, guys. He's not. Carmelo Anthony's on this list. Like I'm saying, Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter even, like, he's still active. He could play. He could get signed too. Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, James Harden, and if they actually do end up, like, this is, I don't know if they talk about this, but if they get Vince Carter or something like that, and they have Eric Gordon off the bench, it can work. I don't know. I'm done ranting though. I wanted to make my point. You can't sign Chris Paul, or you can't, but you can't compare Chris Paul and Steph Curry. You just can't. It's not possible. It's not something I ever see being possible. That's it. Chris Paul's a future Hall of Famer, easily, like they said right here. Future Hall of Famer. Why did they get rid of him? It is the best. It's best for them. So, I'm actually kind of glad that he's gonna be there. But before I go, I want to just pull up the Rockets roster. And I want to see what kind of thing they got going on here. Alright, so this doesn't have the update yet, but they've got Ryan Anderson. They've got Eric Gordon, James Harden. They got Hartenstein in the draft. He's gonna be good. They have Nene still. They've got some work to do. they have money to bring people in. Honestly, they've got a lot of what people would call no names. They also acquired DeAndre Liggins, and they have Ryan Kelly. Okay, that's not much of a thing, but like I'm saying, guys, that's it. Chris Paul will do fine. I like the move, and that's really all I wanted to say with this. Thanks guys for watching, and peace out.
Remember feeling broke as fuck, but now I'm pulling up in Rover trucks. I'm pulling up in Rover trucks now.